Hi guys, it's Lethal here and welcome to a very special video. It's going to be a 30-minute long video. It's going to be an in-depth solo strategy for the new map Shangri. Now this map is insanely difficult. It's like on par with Rooked and it's very difficult. So this strategy is going to be covering everything in the entire map. It's going to be giving you heaps of tips and advice. So it's going to be a great video. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it, and hopefully it's definitely going to help you out a lot, and you're going to be seeing some high rounds from you guys. So basically, first off, we're going to hit up our quick revive. We definitely want to buy that as we're playing solo. So we're going to get 3 of them each game. So we want to spare them and use them to our advantage. Now what we're going to do, contrary to what most people do, they put 6 shots into the zombie for the first round and then finish off with a knife kill. Excuse me. For the first rounds, I'm just going to generally knife them because I prefer to save my ammo until later rounds if I get into a tight situation. So for the first rounds, I just hit them up with a knife. For the second round, I'll just do 2 knives, and if there's like a huge group of them, I'll just put a couple shots into them and then finish off with a knife. And by round 3, I'm definitely going to be shooting with my pistol, and I'm going to be going for some headshots and then finishing off with some knives. And by then you're going to want to start either buy an M14 off the wall, the Olympia, or start heading through until the other areas of the map, which we'll get to in a few minutes. So now I'm putting a few shots into them. And another thing, if you guys don't know, you probably do, just like then, if you watch my points, maybe you should rewind the video a little bit. If you get the zombies like in front of each other, so if you get them into a line, the bullets will fly through each zombie. So instead of getting 10 points per shot, say if there's 2 lined up next to each other, you'll get 20, 3 you'll get 30. And so it's definitely a great way to maximize your points in the early rounds, because that's the key to surviving zombies, especially in Shangri. You're going to need as many points as you can as quickly as possible. So now we've finished level 2, I believe. Unless it's 3, I think it's 2, and we're going to start heading through. We're going to take the door on my right instead of the left, which I imagine most people would take the other door because it goes straight to the box usually, but we're definitely not going to take that door because surviving in Shangri, you rely on having Juggernog over a good weapon. You might find that hard to believe, but once you play it a lot, you're definitely going to realize this. So now we're going to stay in here for one more round because I just got a max ammo, so I've got another 84 shots, I believe. So that's definitely going to help me out, and I'm going to go for some headshots or some body shots. Any way I can kill the zombies quickly, and I'm definitely going to finish off with a knife kill to get as many points as possible. So we're going to head round, kill the rest of these zombies, and then we'll start heading through, and I'll show you guys where you're going to go, best way to go, and how to get as many points as possible, and how to survive. And towards the end of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the solo strategy that you're going to be running, just like the train to hoard the zombies up. And as you can see, I bought that door. It was $7.50, and these pressure points are slightly annoying, so generally if you can avoid it, you don't want to step on them. But you'd rather just slowly walk through the mud, because if you're sort of running with a train of zombies behind you, you hit one of these pressure pads, it can redirect you anywhere, and you're just going to be flying around. You'll just end up back in the face of the zombies. You'll just get down, you'll get really frustrated. And now what I'm doing now is probably not the best idea. You probably not a good idea to try this, because when you're standing in this mud, you can't move very fast at all. So I was surprised I didn't get double tapped here. So it's probably not a good idea to try this. Maybe just stay on the land where you can actually run before you kill these guys off. And you just want to make sure here. I could almost got downed because I was just being a little rushed and just wanted to kill these guys. So I should have got double tapped there usually. Most of the time I would have, but I was lucky. So you generally don't want to try this. But once I kill these guys, we're going to head through. We're going to pick up the MP5K, and we're going to make our way to the power room, and then we're going to make our way to Juggernog. So the early rounds, you want to maximize your points, as you already know, as many as possible. Now a good way, I've got 4,200, I'm going to purchase this, and we're going to go straight down and buy the MP5K off the wall. Now this gun is going to be the main gun that you're going to get points up before you hit the power. So you want to line them up as much as you can. If you don't want to do that, it doesn't matter. You may not feel particularly confident doing that, and that's perfectly fine. But another tip, if you guys don't already know, with a submachine gun or any machine gun really, you can always get the knife kill on early rounds, because say you're on round 5. Now if you go for the knife kill, you can put 4 shots into them and then you can finish off with the knife. So say it's round 6, you can put 5 shots and finish off with a knife. So it's basically, when you're using a machine gun, it's 1 less bullet than the round you're on, and then you can always finish off with your knife. So it's a great way to maximize your points, and hopefully you guys didn't know that already, and there's something new already. So that's about it for that. We're just going to stay up here, get as many points as possible. We can definitely finish off with some knives, just ensuring that the zombies aren't going to pop up behind us. Now also, they can come from this cave here, and most of them will come from in front, directly behind, now in front of me. Most of them will come from here. There's a window over there, but you also have to watch your back over here, because some will come through the window behind you and they'll also walk up from the other side. So you definitely want to keep checking your back, because you don't want to get swarmed and get downed like I do in a few seconds on an early round as this, because that's a complete waste of your quick revive, because you want to be saving them, because that's going to greatly help you out, and that'll be getting you to the high rounds. As you can see here, I thought I would have killed him, but I wasn't really paying attention. Bit of a dodgy shot, and that's caused me to be downed. So one little mistake in this and you're gone. So now I've only got 2 quick revives left, so when you guys are playing, make sure you don't carelessly make a careless mistake like that and not really pay attention. But now we're going to head back through this tunnel, buy some ammo just in case we get trapped, and we're going to start making our way through the power. Now that was 1,000 points, I believe. Now the box is there, but we're not going to hit that up until later rounds, because I believe that on the early rounds you get worse guns. You'll be getting like trash like the L96 and the Law and the China Lake and all that stuff that's not going to really help you out at all. Now, as you saw just then, there's a hidden sort of trap in that rock there, and if you watch on the trailer, that wall isn't actually there, so they've sort of added that in, and it says do not press X, and of course you're going to press X, and when you press X, the current goes like crazy, and the zombies are going to be like flying everywhere, and you're going to be sliding to the back, and it's probably not a good idea, because it doesn't even kill the zombies, and you're just going to get swarmed and just get destroyed by them when they stand back up. But so I'm just trying to maximize points. As you can see, I just bought that last final door to the power, and that's 12,000. No, that's not. It's 1,250 points. And now we're straight to the power. Once I kill this person, I'm going to go straight through and activate it. There's 2 power switches here, and it's going to activate each turbine of water, and that's going to be pretty much the equivalent of the power in the other zombie maps. It's just going to be hydro powered. Now here we're going to pick up the Bowie knife for 3,000 points. You definitely need this, because from all the way up to round 10, it's going to be 1 knife kill, and when you hit round 10, it's going to be 2 knives. So what we want to do is spray a couple shots into them and finish off with a knife after round 10. So here I pick up quick revive again, just in case I get downed, and I'm just going to be making as many points as possible in the early rounds, so I can hit the box up as many times, and I can buy Juggernog as quickly as possible, because this map does get very difficult like I mentioned before, and you're going to be finding you need Juggernog very early in the rounds. So now I'm just running around here getting points up with my knife kill, and here is the Shriekers on me, and what they're going to do is they're going to like shriek, as you'd probably picked up on already, and it's sort of like, it looks like a bit like the Thunder Gun, and it blurs your screen, kind of like the Nova 6 zombies in 5 and Kino. It's just going to blur your screen, but they should be fine, but they do get stronger in the later rounds, but you want to just ensure that you get them killed early, because you don't want them running around and you'll sort of like get swarmed and you won't be able to see, and that probably won't end well for you. Now there's another, they're not too bad, but the napalm zombies, or the fire zombies, they're the ones you want to be worried about. Even if you have Juggernog, they can down you pretty easily, so I'm going to be touching on that later in this video when you see some. I'm going to be telling you guys some effective ways to kill them. So here we are, we pick up Juggernog, and excuse me for a second, my voice is kind of breaking because this is the second time I've had to record this, because I recorded this, the full thing, I got it all done perfect, and I pressed the finish record button and somehow it deleted it, so I'm just doing this commentary all over again, which is kind of frustrating, but oh well, that happens. So now I'm just going to stay back here. Best way to get your points up with your Bowie knife, get as many points as possible. Here's the napalm zombie. As you can see, shooting them isn't going to do much, although it will kill them after a while. But what you want to do is you want to run at them. You've got to ensure you have Juggernog. You can only do this when you have Juggernog. But you want to run past them like really close, and you'll hear them like charge up, and then sprint away as fast as you can, and they're going to explode. And anyone that gets in that flame, any zombies, they're going to die also. And if you get in the flame, you're going to get down too, but not straight away. So you can jump through it, but just don't stay in the flame, as probably common sense tells you. So now, if you buy the perk Stamina, that'll actually help you a lot with them, because you'll be able to get out of there quicker, and you probably won't get stunned as much from the blast. And so that's basically the best way to deal with those guys. So here's probably the best area for the early rounds. I wouldn't recommend staying here in the later rounds, but here's the best way to get your points up, as we have to do. We're at about 4,500 now. And so I've got Juggernog, which is good. So I've got my two main perks that I'm going to need to survive. Personally, I would buy PhD Flopper and either Quick Revive. Actually no, not for multiplayer. So I'd buy Juggernog, Self Revive, or Quick Revive as it's still called. I'd either buy a Double Tap or one of the Speed Collars, depending which is your preference. It doesn't really matter, they're not that essential. And because you can't get more than 4 perks, unlike in Call of the Dead, you've definitely got to pick them wisely. So now we're going to be getting to round 7. Got about 5,000 points. That's plenty of money to start having to go at the box. But I still won't do that for a little bit. And as you can see, I'm avoiding stepping on these pressure pads. And we're just going to stay up this area for another few levels. And we're going to see how this goes. So again, you just want to be running around, making sure you don't get swarmed like I mentioned on earlier. And you'll be picking up max ammos and drops. It doesn't really matter, and if you know what the monkeys do, you don't have to worry about that in the early rounds, because it's not really going to make much of a difference. But there's another Shrieker zombie, so we're just going to quickly leg it out of the area, and he'll catch up to us later. So we're just going to head through here, and we're just going to run around, buy a PhD Flopper. It's extremely helpful, especially if you have a ray gun or some sort of explosive thing, because you're not going to get any splash damage at all. And here we are, we just knifed this Shrieker a couple times and he'll die without any worries. And we're going to head through the power here, and we're going to buy a Spike Maw, which is the Claymores, but they're just Shangri, and what they have is the spear wood things on the front, and they're actually a lot stronger than Claymores. So it's definitely a great thing to have in your arsenal of weapons. And so we're going to purchase that now, or in a second. And so when we have that, it's also a good way to watch your back. So you might be like camping in one area, just want to make sure no one comes up behind you. Good way is to put a Claymore there, or a Spike Maw, and you'll actually hear that blow off. Even if they don't die, you'll actually hear that explode, and you'll know zombies are coming that way. So you can actually quickly floor it out of the area. So now we're just going to stay down here for a few more rounds, because we can still get the one knife kill with the Bowie knife, and that's going to be a great way to get our points up. So when we hit around round 10, we're also going to just shoot him a couple times and then finish off with a knife. But we're going to buy our Spike Maw now, which is 1,000 points, and I almost get down here, but you just want to make sure you're always checking your back, especially in this area. It's a good place to go in the early rounds, but as the rounds start getting more difficult, more zombies are spawning in quicker, it's going to get quite difficult, and you'll get overrun pretty much anywhere in this area. So you're definitely going to want to start up the solo strategy by around 10 to 12 or whatever. So now we're just going to shoot these zombies out, got double points, which is great, so we're going to get 260 points per knife, which is going to help us out a lot. And we're just going to be basically running around getting as many points as we can. Now I find if you keep running around, you never stay in one spot, you're going to survive a lot longer, because the zombies will get all confused, they'll run around back on themselves, and it's definitely a great way sort of to survive. You never want to camp in a corner for too long, unlike in Derrieres, you'd camp on like the catwalk thing. You never want to do that in most of the world Black Ops maps. And here we are, we're going to hit the box, we're going to see what we can get. Hopefully we get something useful, but we don't because it's a law. And as much fun as that is upgraded, it's probably not going to help us out in this strategy, so we're going to trade it in. And we get the new wonder weapon. I'm not even going to bother saying the name of that. But that's one of our 2 primary weapon slots, definitely locked in, and here we pick up a commando. But we want to keep this wonder weapon for the entire match. So now basically all we're going for the box now is the ray gun. So then we'll have the 2 guns we're going to be keeping for the rest of the game. And here we're going to run through, we're going to see one of these napalm zombies, we're going to floor it back out of here. And I was actually very lucky I got past that zombie there. But as you can see, we'll kill him off straight away, so he doesn't become much of a problem later in the round. And that's probably the best way to go about it. So we're just going to be running through here, put our claymores up again. Here's another shrieker. We just want to be careful about him. As like I said before, that claymore, that spikemore just killed him, so it's not too concerning when they spawn in. But here we are, we're purchasing that door here, and this is going to unlock the area that we're going to use for our solo strategy. And so basically, I'm on round 10 now, so I'm just shooting him for a bit and finishing off with the knife kill. So here's the area that's going to sort of start off our strategy that you're going to see soon. There's an AK-47 on the wall there that you can buy. I'd probably recommend buying that because that's going to be a good way to get your points up in the round. So if you don't get a commando, if you don't have as much luck in the box, definitely pick that up from the wall. So now here we are, this is going to be the start of the strategy, and this is going to be the first time I'm going to run through it, and I'm going to talk you guys through it, and you'll be seeing a lot more of this in part 2. And when you run through here, you can actually dolphin dive. I don't know if I said it earlier, you can dolphin dive over these spears and completely avoid them so they don't sort of start tripping and whatever. So that's definitely a great way if you're a bit unsure where you're going and you might have to back up on yourself, because if you run over and hit them, they actually go up and down for quite a while, and so you won't be able to go straight away back the way you came. So if you dolphin dive over it, it's definitely a good idea. So now this is the start. We're going to stay up there as long as we can, and we're going to jump down here. I'm going to start running through here at no rush at all, and we're just going to slowly walk around. Now as you can hear, let me just turn the audio up for a bit here. As you can hear the monkey sort of running around. That means the perk's dropped. So I quickly run up this fountain here, and as I can hear the monkeys, I know where they're going. So I quickly run up, and sure enough, here he is. So I pick up a nice double points here, which is a great way to get some more points, obviously. And so watch my points fly up from 11,000. But here we pick up another one, so it's kind of a bit useless. But my points fly up here, and they're going to be, it's a great way to, so we'll be able to upgrade fairly early. And it's just a great way to get your points up. And I'll be talking a bit more about the monkeys in the next part. Also, as I'm going to talk about them here, as you're going to see another example, what they do is whenever a perk drops, they're going to run after the perk. They're going to pick it up, it's going to turn red, and they're actually going to run back up to this temple here, and they're going to run up the stairs. But you've got to get them before they get to the stairs, because you won't be able to get them once they hit the stairs. So you just want to finish off with a knife. So we picked up an insta kill, which is going to help us out. And you can always pick up max ammos if you're running low, so that's a great way to do it. So thank you guys for watching part 1. This pretty much wraps it up. Stay tuned for part 2, where I'm going to be talking about how to pack a punch your weapons, activating the hidden song, and that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. Please leave a thumbs up, because this has taken me 40 minutes alone just to commentate, let alone the conversion times. So please leave a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it so much, and thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.